Give us no countdown there.
There it is. Just
Good evening, America. It is now, what is it? July the 29th? Is it July 29th?
I think so.
I think so. July the 29th, 2019. Approximately 8 o'clock p.m., 8:30 p.m., something like that. I always get my days and my times mixed up. There's so much going on in the world. I just get my time and stuff mixed up. But once again, we have another guest. We're back
Another
for
one.
another installment with HB. And we have a guest today. Y'all already know what it is. Have a guest by the name of
Oh,
Diamond. Oh, Diamond.
this the diamond without the silk.
The diamond without the silk. Yeah, the diamond without the silk. Young, I don't want to like misrace her by saying like African American or black or whatever.
How do
Whatever
you
she wants to be
identify?
called. Yeah, how we gonna identify her? We just say young
Young
black
American.
young American. That's what I like right there.
Young
This
American.
young
There we go.
American
There we
woman
go.
here.
There we go.
Yes, Diamond Gibson. We have her on. How's it going, Diamond?
It's good.
Everything's good. That's good to hear. Good to hear. Good to hear. What you up to? You don't got to tell your location. What you up to right now?
Right now I'm just chilling, basically.
Chilling with.
Basically.
Hey, you supposed to be like, I'm chilling with the Hayes brothers. That's what you're supposed to say. That was the correct answer.
No.
Chilling with the Hayes brothers. Oh,
No.
that's
Man, she said no.
you guys
Like,
come on
dang.
our broadcast and just play us like that.
Dang.
That's dope. That's dope. It's all good. We still love you.
Love you
I know.
too.
I know most. I know most people already know. Who Diamond is. All our viewers and everything probably already know exactly who Diamond is. They've been following her, whether you're following her social media or whatever different events she's been going to and what she's affiliated with. But we just wanted to have her on the show today. This is what we call Black in America Part 2, just to sit down and talk about the different events going on in America today and how it affects us socially, politically, and her viewpoint on it. Last time, I think it was ABL we had
Yeah,
on.
we have on last.
Yeah, for the first part of this. So this is going to be the second part, and we have a female perspective on things today. So we're just gonna like just jump right in and Diamond, just let everybody who doesn't know you, just in case they don't know you, just tell a little bit about who you are. Tell us a little bit about who you are, and basically
Plug your social media and all that.
yeah, you can plug your social media and all that good stuff. Shameless plugs there, and just go ahead and tell us a little bit about who you are and how you got affiliated with different movements and different events, and how you actually
How'd you
became.
come to the right?
Yeah, unless you are already, if you are already right leaning and right thinking, it's all good. You just tell us a little background about yourself, but if not, just give us a little backdrop on how you became a right thinking, free thinking individual.
So if anybody doesn't know me, my name is Diamond Gibson. I'm from Atlanta, Georgia. My social media on Instagram is Diamond Gibson underscore, and my Twitter is Diamond GIB1. Also, I used to be like a Democrat liberal, I guess you could say per se, because I didn't know much about politics until President Trump like ran. I actually started paying attention to like the debates and stuff like that. So one day on like Instagram and stuff, I like saw this black girl hold a sign, and she was talking about how Hillary Clinton called the black community like predators and stuff, dealing with like the crime bill and stuff like that. So then I just went into like this real deep dive of research about both parties, and who started who, just all the dirt on both parties and stuff. So then I end up supporting President Trump, and I liked his policies for the black community. So then I just basically start getting involved. I start questioning a lot of stuff. I started like on Facebook questioning a lot of stuff, and then I ran upon like Will Johnson and Candace Owens. So then I used to just like watch them all the time. And then how I got involved with these events is that I saw Candace Owens. She got hired with Turning Point, and I saw her like speak at these events. I was like, oh, I want to meet Candace. I want to meet Candace. So I saw all these events and stuff. So then I finally met her like coming out of Fox News one day because I live in New York, right down the street from Fox News. So then she told me about YBLS. So then after YBLS, I met not after YBLS. I'm sorry. Right before YBLS, I met like Hope Ted Jesus. I met like all my friends that I have now, like Shekinah Geisen, Mikhail Crumb. I met all of them, and then we all met each other like at Turning Point. So then they just invited us to SAS, and then I just went from there, just going to every Turning Point event. Then I found out about Bureau. I just went down like this deep dive of right wing political people, I guess.
Great, 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 great. Before I say anything else, I want to thank Anita Wolf Graves for the super chat. Appreciate it.
He's in
Texas,
Texas.
Texas.
Much love.
Much love, much love. And Mayberry, nice to see you.
But that's pretty dope. That is pretty dope.
Hey, don't be tripping on my voice.
So that's pretty cool. Like, so Turning Point. So we really it became, you really like just started thinking like right leaning around the time where Trump was elected, or was it right before he was elected?
Like a little bit before he was elected. Like, they had all these candidates and stuff, and I was just gonna go with Ben Shapiro. I said Ben Shapiro, Ben Carson, because
Yeah.
I was a troubled kid, so I read his book and I was just like, I know him, I'm gonna vote for him. I didn't know like any parties or anything. So like when it came down to the primaries, that's when I started paying attention. I realized that I leaned more to the right than left. So yeah. So it was like
Nice.
really
Yeah.
right during that period of him and Hillary Clinton debating.
Right.
Okay.
So it's about around the time of the
the
primaries, right? So
Yeah.
yeah, okay, that's dope. And I think a lot of people kind of start waking up around that time period. I think a lot of people just really start really changing their mindset at that point in time, seeing as how it was something of, especially people that are around our age.
Yeah.
Diamond, did you vote for Obama?
No, I wasn't old enough to vote for Obama,
Good
but
answer.
we
Good
did
answer. Yeah.
we did
I
like
thought
this
you were gonna be
mini
like yes,
campaign
and I was
on.
gonna be like, yeah, you're telling your age, Diamond. You're telling your age. You're too old. No. but
Yeah,
but
I
no.
wasn't able to vote for him, but in school we did like this mini election, and we voted for him. So yeah, in school I
Exactly,
voted
right?
for him.
Yeah. But that time,
Yeah,
I think many people started waking up because it was like Trump was someone who was not so much of what we would call an insider, or someone who was a politician. So just to see him, he was a businessman. I mean, he was a businessman. He had TV shows, different things like that. I mean, his name is on planes and skyscrapers. So he wasn't your everyday politician. So just to see him actually, jump up and he's winning the primaries, and then now you have him and you have the Clintons. It's like
right,
America, the American dream against the Clinton. So
right.
it's like everyone started really looking at them and was like, yo, I think I need to start actually doing some research on this, because me for a fact, I was like, there's no way possible. I'm going to vote for Hillary Clinton. After I started doing research, it was like there was no way possible, because we were Democrats as well. So once we started doing research, it was like already Trump is up here in our minds. Everybody wants to be Donald Trump. So it's like he's up here in our minds. So obviously, if it comes to it, I'm going for Trump. But my parents and my family members and my friends and my inner being wants to vote Democrat because that's what I've been taught to do. But once it came down to it, just a little bit of research, you were like, yo, ain't no way possible that I'm voting for Hillary Clinton. I'm voting for Donald Trump.
So being black, how were you like brought up? Were you taught to be more conservative, or like where you left your own devices? How were you brought up? What was your training in?
Basically, what he's saying is, did you brag about having free lunch like we did?
Basically,
we were like, hey, we got free lunch, not knowing that meant we was broke. But
No, the way that I was brought up, my dad was like a single dad. My mom, she came in like a little later in my life, but other than that, we didn't. I would say that I had like best of both worlds. I experienced the low income, like the inner city life, and I experienced the middle class black neighborhoods. So to me, my parents were really they're really free. But the way that they taught me was about loyalty and respect. So I guess it was more of conservative values taught in the household and stuff. And plus my dad, he like owned a business, so entrepreneurship came along with that. I always struggled with like authority and stuff, and I was just like, I want to make my own schedule. So I would say it was more conservative, even though we was like, my parents were really free. Like when I say they were really free parents, they were really free. Really free, more than most black parents.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ah, so you completely different than us.
All right, Club.
Our parents were just teaching us go to school and go to work.
If you ain't going to school, you better be at work.
Yeah, that's all we ever knew. Like we was like so left leaning, it was ridiculous. So and that's what's so cool about it. Just because we have the same skin color doesn't mean that we all grew up the same. You know, doesn't mean that we had the same persuasions, the same thought process growing up. Everyone is different. You know, it's just like melanin has nothing to do with your cognition. So that's why I think it's pretty cool for us to just have conversations like this on a regular. But that's one thing you said earlier about getting affiliated with Turning Point and different things. Now, obviously, we know Candace and Turning Point, they're all cool and everything. But are there any other groups, conservative groups outside of Turning Point that you've had any affiliation with, like different events that you may have been able to go to or anything like that, since you awoken to the truth?
So there recently there was like this free speech rally that I went to. Also, I don't know if you guys know, but Angela Staten King, I like follow her around a lot. Like when they have like meetings and stuff, I really admire her. Like I really look up to her. She's like she's the best. Her and Joy Villa, they're so sweet. I just really love them. Yaf, I like to I'm not able to like attend their events, but I make sure that I watch their events like overline and stuff like that. So
Mm-hmm.
any other like conservative events, I try to make sure that I go so I can see different sides, because there's many different ideas in the conservative movement.
Oh,
So
yeah.
yeah. Yeah.
Interesting. That's pretty cool. Also, recently when we were in DC, it was a few weeks ago. We were able to meet up with you. That was pretty dope. And I didn't even know that you were doing an internship there. Like that blew my mind. But it was like,
Yeah.
he
Asiago was like,
he was like, yeah, Diamond, you should do the internship. Yeah, we can just go meet her right now. We was like, really?
like, where she at?
I was like, yeah, let's go chill with Diamond. So tell us a little bit about the internship, and it's like it's cool because you're interning. I feel close to you because you up there with Ted Bud, so that's pretty cool. With North Carolina there, even though you're not
our guy.
Yeah, even though you're not from North Carolina, I don't know if you have North Carolinian blood in you, but you're doing an internship, so yeah, I feel connected. So tell us how that came about.
Brandon Tatum, he knows the dude that's over the Rocky Mountain Black Conservatives, and so he sent us a text message, and he was like, you guys should do this interview and stuff. It's not too late. They're looking for more people. So I just filled it out, and I didn't know I was gonna get it. It was like months later, and then the man, he calls me, and I do like two interviews and stuff. I was really nervous. So then comes around, like they send your resume around Capitol Hill and stuff. So then Congressman Ted Budd, they interviewed me, and then like the next, I think it was like week 2 or 3 weeks, I think, or maybe a couple of days. I can't really remember. I was like really busy during that time, but they called back, and I just got the internship, and I was like, I'm not gonna give up this opportunity, so I'm definitely gonna go. I learned a lot about government. When I say a lot, I thought I knew some stuff about government, but I really learned a lot, and government is like really interesting. A lot of people think like politics and government is like really boring. It's very exciting and very interesting. I encourage like any young person that's coming up in the world, no matter what you want to be in life, you should intern on the Hill. There was a lot of people intern on Hill that don't want to be involved with politics at all. They just dare to learn about the public sector of what they want to do.
Yeah.
So I just encourage everybody to learn. I feel like you'll learn a lot more about government than being in school. I learned a lot more about history being on Capitol Hill and how government is ran during school. So I learned a lot. I met a lot of great people. I met Jerron Smith. I met Liz Cheney. I met a lot of amazing people. It was just really fun. It
Wow.
was just really great to see you guys. I was really surprised when Osika brought you guys up there. I was like, yo, these my bros.
Go Carolina hosts. Yeah, once you told us that you were there, we definitely
we gotta go.
Yeah, we definitely could pass up the opportunity. But that's awesome. We're happy for you in that respect. That's amazing that you were able to do that. But I agree with you. Like, if I was able to do it, I would have. But it's crazy that you're in school and you're learning so many things. But it's crazy that when you get out of school, it seems like you end up learning more than you did when you were in school. It's like we got history books this big piled up to the ceiling, and y'all can't teach us this stuff that's like right here in our country. It takes you to go do an internship there, right on Capitol Hill, to figure all that out. And we haven't even done that, but we've learned so much more on a historical standpoint coming from just America since we left school, just from doing research, our own personal research, going to different museums, going and doing just looking up information online, with the libraries, different books and things like that. Yeah,
Right.
It's crazy how you can learn so much on your own. What's that?
I said that's how I learned too. Going to the library and reading books and because school really didn't teach us that much, and I feel like that's also a problem with school. They didn't when they teach Black history, they teach us about basically about us being victims instead of teaching us about the ones that actually help free the slave. Like they should teach more about they should go more in depth of MLK, more in depth of Harriet Tubman, more in depth of the ones that actually was out there that actually owned their business. I feel like we should learn more about Black Wall Street. I never heard about Black Wall Street until I started watching people that were like, I'm pro-Black, forget the white man. That's the only time I really learned about African American history was learning from those people. School didn't teach me none of that really.
Yeah,
that's a good segue into the actual title of the video. Black in America Part 2. So, to you, what does it mean to you as basically being Black in America? What does that entail?
Me being Black in America, a lot of people just expect me to be like playing victim and be like somebody holding me back, but me being Black in America, I take that as an advantage because our people went through so much and we have so many laws and stuff that can help us out. So whichever, if somebody wants to come up and discriminate against me, I could literally sue them for discriminate against me. So instead of playing victim and be like, because I'm Black, I can't do something, I be like, because I'm Black and because my people had this disadvantage and they made these rules and laws to help us prevail, I'm going to use that to my advantage. And they be like, the Constitution and the Bill of Rights don't belong to us. I'm like, it belongs to me, so I'm gonna use it. Just as much as it's yours, you can use it. The tax cuts, I can use that too for my business. So nothing stops me. I just take it as an advantage. Me being Black in America, I take that as an advantage. Honestly, I don't know.
That's a good point, and that's a good point. And the thing is, you said something pretty interesting that you could do, because of the history behind the negativity and the victimization of Black people, so to speak, in America and different things of that nature. We're somewhat able to, I guess you could say, get away with certain things that people of other races may not be able to get away with.
I personally don't like that, but
it's a factual statement.
Yeah, it's a factual statement.
You can actually get away with certain things, that other people they just can't get away with. Now, others will argue that, well, we're still being victimized to a certain extent, or there's so much what do they call it? Systematic racism.
That's the favorite one.
Put into effect that we can't, white man got his foot on the back, can't get off the ground. That type of mindset there, but they will argue that against the point of us being able to actually do things that certain other people aren't able to do. So it's a sad thing because now we're coming into a time where people basically can claim to be like, for example, Rachel Dolezal is a big one. You know, she comes out and she says, "Well, I'm black," and she claims to be black.
And she was
Now
gonna end up
everybody knows she's not black. Everybody knows she's not black. All right, but she's able to do like just because she says she's black, just because of the term she sets around herself black.
She get away with stuff.
She's able to write books. She's able to be on TV doing interviews and different things like that, all centered around the well-known fact that she's not black, but the idea in her mind that she is. So blackness does, just the term black has so much power in America, power that I think can be dangerous used in the wrong hands.
Yeah.
But with us actually having the melanin to match it, you know, I think that that's one thing that I can say is I can use one of my favorite terms.
To match it.
I'm just saying.
Do you guys remember the girl that she like literally went viral because she did an ancestry test, and she's a white girl, and then she was like, I think she came out, she's like, I'm 1% black, and like she literally went viral, and she just got all these type of opportunities, but she would have never got the opportunity if she would have never took that and ancestry test and said that she was 1% black. So for people to sit there and say that it's a disadvantage for me to have this beautiful skin color, it just trips me out. To me, I just use it to my advantage. Everybody else love to use it. Rachel, Sean King, like all the rest of these people, they use it to their advantage to be prevailed in America. So why can't we?
And you're actually black, right?
Yeah, exactly.
That's the thing.
The ones that do that, like Talcum and Talcum X and old chick, I don't like that. I do not like that at all. Like, what's wrong with you being white? What's wrong with you being white? I don't like white people that apologize for being white. I can't stand it. I can't stand it
either.
It irks me. You are who you are. Be proud of who you are. Be yourself.
But they are taught just the way the culture is now. They're pretty much taught to hate themselves in a sense, really.
Yeah.
And basically taught to feel, you know, sympathetic for black people just because of what has happened in the past. You know, they're taught to be sympathetic.
And the thing is that conservatives, they're sympathetic to black people, but they're not going around saying, "Oh, I hate my skin color." Like,
exactly. And that's why I said
they recognize the injustice that their ancestors, and some of them most of them, their ancestors wasn't even here because most of them probably is like from overseas anyways. But they recognize what we've been through, and they're saying like, yes, you've been through this, but look how far you guys have came. Don't let it stop you guys. Keep going, and we will help you. But for some reason, they just think that they're racist because they're saying, well, get up off your behind and go get it. And once these people see us going to get it and wanting to do better for ourselves, they will come in and they will help us. That's what they don't understand. They have all this hatred towards these white people, but they're the most people that really help out. Like anytime I need help, they are the main ones that are helping me because they're seeing that I want to do something for myself. So they understand that I might come from a disadvantaged place, but they see me working and trying to get out of, they're going to help me.
Exactly. My thing is, you can't hate all white people. All them Negroes didn't free themselves.
Good point. And I wonder if you experienced this as well, because that was a good point as well. Now, the left, when we were like left leaning in our mindset, it was all about the vote. It was never anyone trying to offer you to come to this event or speak at this event or speak your mind and all. It was always just about, you need to get out and vote. Make sure you go vote Democrat. Make sure you go vote Democrat. That's what it was always about. Pamphlet
with all the stickers on it telling you who to vote for.
Exactly.
You sheep.
But since we switched our mindset over to the right, you know, we've been invited to events. No one's been like down on us. They're never just saying just vote. They've been inviting us to speak. People even around here. We went to some meetings in our own local town, and they're like, "We want you to be like,"
which we should have been doing.
We want you to be our boss. I'm like, chill out, you know. So it's so welcoming. And since we switched our mindset, and it's like the right is so much more welcoming and friendly, as opposed to when we were left leaning. You know, it was always just about go vote. We don't want you to lead anything, just vote. You know. What about you? Did you experience that? Like, you see that comparison at all there?
So I didn't even know that like my godparents, they're white. I have two sets of God
Shame on you.
parents, but they're white. I didn't know that they were conservatives or Republicans. I didn't know any of that, and I grew up around other bunch of conservative white people, and like when I was on the left, they didn't treat me no different than they had now. They were always sweet people that always helped me out. So when I actually came out and I became like conservative and stuff, they always just like, yay. They just love they still love me the same, and then they see me speaking now and they're like, you're blossoming into what I saw you being, because they like helped raise me. They've been there since elementary school, so they're like, this is the beautiful diamond that I have been seeing, that I have been speaking into you since you were a younger girl, for you to speak out. So
Wow, that's crazy. So did you hang around them a lot growing up?
yes, I hung around both. I hung around both the Democrats and the conservatives. Like when so I was born in Decatur. I would say I'm half and half raised Decatur, half and half raised Henry County. So when I moved to Henry County, it was me and this other young black girl. We was the only two black girls in Henry County. So it was like a whole bunch of white people. And then in Decatur, it was like a whole bunch of black people with one white girl. So it was really good. Yeah. So I was raised with both to see both.
I
Wow.
thought you lived in New York.
No, I moved to New York 4 years ago.
Oh, well, I'll be doggone.
Interesting.
But look, self-hate is a big topic now in the black community, because if you don't follow the if you don't follow the crowd and don't follow the regular status quo, you hate yourself. You say so, yeah, Diamond. You hate other black people. You hate yourself, and that's why you following Donald Trump, because you hate yourself.
No. So I literally just went viral because I tweeted out me and my friends post of our in us in our mega hats and at the White House, and I was singing the Brown Skin Girl song by Beyonce, and I got like a lot of people saying, oh, she's not talking about you, you don't love yourself, the self-hate is real. And I'm just like, self-hate, are you talking about self-hate? I'm not going around shooting and killing my own community. I'm not going around aborting my own future generation of black babies. Like, self-hate, are you kidding me? I'm not killing my own people. I'm not angry at you because you're a Democrat. I'm just trying to let you know and wake you up and make you realize, like, you don't have to sit there and be voting for Donald Trump or be even conservative. I'm just trying to wake you up as into, we need to be watching these debates and making sure that our voice is heard, and that we're watching these candidates instead of blindly just every 4 years, oh, because my mom voted Democrat, I'm gonna vote Democrat, or oh, because Donald Trump said something to hurt my feelings, or these people said something to hurt my feelings, then I'm gonna vote this way blindly for the next 60 years. Like, it doesn't help us, it hurts us.
Exactly, and that's a good point. I always tell people, we're not trying to make you vote Republican or any other way. Look, if you can
Just
do some
leave them niggas.
if you can do some adequate research and give me a good reason as to why you should vote Democrat, then go vote Democrat all day.
Yeah.
Now, I don't think after you do some adequate research, I don't think you're going to vote Democrat. But if you can find a valid reason,
Be my guest.
then go ahead. I'm not going to say anything about it. Not gonna happen, but yeah. So it's crazy, like how people play that game when we're just trying to give them information, give them a viewpoint that's different from what they are used to, and I think that's the thing. People fear what they don't know. So that realm of Donald Trump and that realm of all those happy right-leaning people, and that's what's crazy about it too, because you look at the Republican Party and look at all of the black people that were affiliated with the Republican Party from its founding, and then you look at like now, it's like, man, it looks like I can spot you. It's like, where's Waldo? But it's like, it's an easy where's Waldo, because I see like 2 or 3 black people. anytime the media shows like Republican convention or something like this, it's a bunch of white people. And that's what it's come to. So it's like
white men.
Yeah, a bunch of old white men. So that viewpoint has been thrown out as we know that it's more black people, right, in the movement. But just the media, the way they show it, it's just it will make you think it's a bunch of white people.
I just thought about something like growing up. They always told us that the Democrats was for the poor and the Republicans was for the rich.
Yes, they
The
do.
only reason it seems like that is because most of the Republicans are for free enterprise and they own businesses, so most of them got money.
Exactly.
The Democrats, they for government help, so you ain't got nothing until the government give it to you.
Exactly.
So of course you gonna stay poor. That's why I
Yeah,
say it like
somebody.
that.
Yeah, somebody said that to me, and they was like, "But Democrats are for the poor, so I'm gonna vote for them." And I just asked her. I said, "Do you want to be poor?" And she's like, "No." And I was like, "So why you keep so why you keep voting
So
for
you telling me
Democrats?"
you okay with being poor?
They for keeping you poor. That's the word that's missing.
So if you become rich, if you fulfill your dreams and you become rich, then you just automatically gonna just become a Republican? Like is that what you're saying? Or it's crazy how people think. It's like when you say that, your mind is stuck. You know, you're so short sighted when you say something like that. Yeah, the Democrats are for the poor, so I'm gonna vote for them. You just want to stay poor your whole life. That's what you're saying right there. There is
Yes,
no
I
aspiration in your life to do anything
boom.
greater.
Bring me stuff, please.
I opened her mind after that. She was like, "Oh, okay." So then she was just listening to me. It was like an older lady, and then she
Okay.
was just listening. She was like, "You're a smart young lady. I'm gonna go and do my research and this and that stuff like that." And so like a lot of people ask me, "What are you doing?" and what are you doing for the community and stuff. I actually go and I help feed the homeless. I try to help them like get jobs and stuff. And also, I start with my own inner circle, like my friends and stuff. That's why I started speaking out in the first place. Is that I wanted my friends from Job Corps, high school, and college to know. So a lot of them, when I came out as a Trump supporter, a lot of them left, but a lot of them came back and they was watching me from the side. So a lot of them have came out now and they see and they're waking up now. A few of them have became Trump supporters, but a lot of them have became more conservative. So yeah.
Ah,
That's more important than the whole Trump supporter thing for me.
yeah.
I think it's more about the mindset and the self sustainability than it is about one man.
Right.
Yeah.
Because Trump say some stuff that I can't stand, and he said, "I'm like, I wish you would say it again so I can hit you in the mouth." They don't say that crap no more. They're just stupid. Like, don't do that. So I don't follow after nobody blindly. If you say something stupid, you say something stupid.
Exactly.
Correct.
Well, I mean, yeah, folks tell
That's and
ask me
that's
that sometimes too. I had one or two people ask that, like, "What are you doing for the community?" I'm teaching my kids to not be stupid so they can lead your kids out of your stupidity that you taught them. That's what I'm doing.
That's important. I think a lot of it does lie within the kids, which is why like the school system, I think we have to do a better job at our homes before we actually send them out into these government indoctrination centers. And so I like to refer to them as.
Oh yeah.
So
yeah
we have to do a
because
better job at home.
Yeah, because my sister goes to this high school and stuff. So they had the Women's History Month. I said month month. So I went in there and I'm just like, oh, look at all these beautiful women. You know, they actually doing stuff. Look, you can do this and blah blah blah. So I realized I'm like, wait a minute, all these women are Democrats. Where are the Republican women? Like, where's Candace Owens? Where's Kellyanne Conway? Where is Diamond and Silk? Why they're not on here? Because they're pretty up there and out there. Where is Laura Trump? Like, where are all these people that are in the conservative movement? Why you don't have these women's on the board? And she was like, yeah, they always in here. They always talk about Republicans and stuff like that. And she's like, I'm the only one to speak out and be like, I would still be a Republican to this day because they talk about like the Republican history and like try to tell her that the party switch. But since she's at home with us, my father and my sisters and stuff, we involved in politics. We know what's going on. We paying attention. So she goes there with like arm facts, and a lot of her friends have changed over and came to realize that Trump is not that bad, which is what our goal is to wake people up and to realize like the media. I used to be like, okay, Trump, the media, okay, it's the enemy of the people, but you say it so harsh. But after I got done interning, the media is literally the enemy of the people. Like Trump is not
Yeah.
lying; he's dead serious. Like that's one thing that I would stand 10 toes down with him for is that the enemy is really. I mean, the enemy is really the media. Like they really go and they twist and they lie and they try to destroy people's lives.
Oh yeah.
So we teach that to a lot. So it's getting trickled down. Just one person, as like you said, you teaching your kids go back and then they tell their friends. So hopefully it get out there.
Yeah. So when you say the media, we're definitely talking mainstream, right? Just like the mainstream organizations, right?
Yes, the mainstream organizations, and when I say
People
mainstream,
careful.
CNN and MSNBC, I also include Fox News because that's mainstream too. Because
They start, yeah, they done got bad.
they kind of woo woo. So, but like in a lot though, I get my news from like people like you, Joy Villa, from Jonathan, he's a conservative Latina, Anna Paulina, Ben and stuff
Yeah,
that Ben Pamela for Trump, because they like actually be at the border or they be there, Fleckis talks. I get my news from people that's actually out there in the streets, and that sits there and doesn't edit their videos. They literally get the news and give it to the people. So I watch them a lot, and I also get my information from like .gov site. So yeah.
Nice, awesome, awesome. And that's what we have to do. Like alternative media, I think has become like the new mainstream. To be honest with you, because there's it's such an outreach. And really, when we're talking about the press, even in the Constitution, when it mentions the press, it really was directed at the people.
Yeah.
It was the people that made up the press. It's the people that make up the government. So it's always geared back to the power being given to the people and being held by the people, right? So once we getting away from that, when we start separating powers amongst government and the people, that's when we start getting kind of, in another realm. Like there are even reporters now that are looked down on mainstream, not mainstream, but different media outlets when they're going out there reporting, doing the same thing that these mainstream outlets are doing, but because they're not licensed, so to speak, to do it, they look down on them and say, "No, you're not real news. Trump calls us fake news, but you didn't even go to school for that." Oh, like, dude, they're out there reporting on the
camera and tell the truth. That's all.
Yeah, exactly.
To hold the camera and tell the truth. That's what I got to do. Oh, but I got to go to school and learn how to lie to these folks. That's what I really got to go.
Exactly. It's ridiculous that it's getting to that point that we, as the people, right now, we're so divided to the point where it's like I'm looking down on you in a condescending manner just because you don't have this slip of paper from another man to tell me that you're a reporter. When all I'm supposed to be doing and that I'm supposed to be responsible for is going out here, getting this information, coming back and presenting it in a truthful manner to the people all over America that can't get to this part of the nation right now and see what's going on. That's all I'm supposed to do.
We tell everybody, don't listen to nothing we say.
Yeah.
Go do your own research. Do not take what we say as gospel.
And run with
we can make mistakes. And when we do, we try our best to come back and be like, "Dang, I was wrong about that."
Exactly.
But do your research for yourself.
That's another thing that I try to teach them. I say these things and they're like, "Send me proof." I'm just like, you can go and do research yourself, just like how I did it. So
exactly. Give me proof of what you said. Give me proof. Go find it for yourself, doggone.
And that's what's so dangerous. Like people now, like they're even in that situation with that scenario. Like we experienced that a lot of times. What happens? They ask for information. You'll get information. You'll give it to them. And they're like, "Well, that's bias. No, that's just bias. That's that right lean. That's that white supremacist stuff." All right. You asked where I got my information, and once I gave it to you, you still didn't want to believe it. You're not going to believe it anyway.
Right.
Now, I can give you two sets of information, points of information that are completely opposite, and present them to you, and you tell me which one makes more sense. That's it. That's what I like to do. I'm gonna give you both sides of the story, present them to you, and now you tell me in your heart of hearts which one makes more sense. 9 times out of 10, it's gonna be the one that comes from a more right-leaning source. That's more reputable.
I also preach that we have technology at our hands, and instead of technology like making us dumb and lazy, we need to be making technology to work for us. We literally have like the world at our hands. We can find out and learn anything, and you could be smart. Don't let technology make you dumb. You can literally Google anything, DuckDuckGo anything, YouTube anything. So I mean, like, don't walk around and be voluntarily ignorant. Don't walk around and voluntarily walk into the slaughterhouse when you don't have to.
Bad.
That's a good
Stop watching twerk videos and waste no time.
That's a good point, Diamond. I like the fact that you also mentioned DuckDuckGo as another source
to Google,
as an alternative to Google, as another search engine. because I believe, I can't remember the guy's name, but Project Veritas came out with a video with James O'Keefe maybe a week or so ago, where one of the Google representatives, he came out and he spoke out against Google, saying that they are definitely 100% biased
and censoring the mess
and censoring people. Yeah, he definitely was like, man, he was like, he's working in there. He understands algorithms. He said people try to make it like algorithms are just this like outer space type technology thing or something that we don't know how. He was like, but we control it. He was like, algorithms, like, it does, an algorithm can't do anything unless we make it happen. That's what he said. So it's like, he understands. He was saying that, yeah, he was like, Google is definitely like linked up with Democrats. They're working together, and they take the information, they flip it. He was like, of course, anytime you research Donald Trump, it's going to be negative.
He gonna come up dead.
He was like 9 times out of 10. He was like a CNN, those media outlets that you mentioned. He said they're all working together with Google. So he was like, they're all working together. So 9 times out of 10, if you Google something on Donald Trump or something that's right leaning, one of the first search results that's going to come up is going to be from a source like CNN or CNBC or MSNBC or something like that. And that lets you know right there. That lets me know off the top of my head, like, yeah, they're automatically like bought and paid for. But he came out. If anyone hasn't seen that, it's a Project Veritas video. Go check it out. But I just wanted to point that out, that there are other alternatives to Google that we should use, because Google's kind of scaring me.
1984, man.
Yeah, and we willingly kind of give our information out when we do stuff like that, you know. But definitely finding different alternatives that'll protect your Fourth Amendment rights as well is very important.
Just as important as your first.
Yep, and second, which is something I guess
second is the most important.
Yeah,
in my opinion.
We actually can talk about that. So,
hit it with it.
Diamond, tell us how you feel about 2A, Second Amendment, the right to bear arms, not being infringed.
Oh,
if you don't know it, read it. Read it. Read it.
If you don't know it, read it.
Read it. Yes. Yes.
So when I come to North Carolina, you guys have to take me to the gun range. Period. I have to go to Georgia and get my gun license because I support it.
Hey, out here you ain't even gotta worry about that. We got land out here, Diamond. So you can come out here and we can go out. We can go out in the woods and we can shoot.
You guys have to come to Georgia then, because my family has land too. So we just gotta be going back and forth to North Carolina and Georgia.
Hey, that's dope.
I got plenty guns. We everybody can have one to shoot. I mean,
yeah, that's dope. Yeah, if y'all got land, that's all you need. To me, that's all you need. If you talking about going to a gun range, we can just go outside and shoot. You know, as long as we got our gear and everything, we can go shoot.
True. Do you guys go hunting?
Oh yeah,
he's more of a hunter than me.
I love it.
Yeah, he's more of a hunter than me. I mean, I can do it, but it's just I'm not as patient sometimes. When it comes to the animals, I'm not as patient as this guy is. But, we can definitely do some hunting.
We definitely have to hang out and go do that stuff.
Oh,
she want to kill Bambi.
So you're definitely pro 2A.
Yes.
She better be small as she is.
Facts, okay? Anybody know Antonio? You already know that I'm pro second A. I said second A.
So and we feel that is a very important part of the United States Constitution. So important so that many other countries don't even have that right, or they have it taken away from them. So I feel like we're one of the only ones that's still continuously hanging on to it without question.
And then the Democrats ain't even trying to hide the fact that they want our guns.
Yeah, I had a lot of people tell me once we first started having our mindset shifted, that the Democrats are trying to come after your guns. They don't want your guns. So many people would tell me that. And I would be like, Eric Holder, he told me back in 1995, I believe it was, that they're coming after our guns. That was like, I was a baby. I was still crapping my diaper.
No, you won't. You better not have been in 1995.
It might be 92. I said maybe 95. I'm not even sure.
In 1995, I was born December 17, 1995. Your girl was born. She was in this world.
Yeah, you was probably pooping your diaper.
Good God. I was already in school.
You don't even care. You just told your age. You're not supposed to do that, Diamond.
She don't care.
You just told your age.
I was born
right,
19.
tell him. Tell them I don't care. Age is nothing but a number.
You're right about that.
Getting down ain't nothing but a thing.
Yeah, you're right. Age is nothing but a number.
My bad.
Age is, but I wouldn't say that because there might be some pedophiles or something that may see this broadcast and they'll be like, see, did you see those black conservatives said that age is nothing but a number? So yes, we'll remove that from the record.
Oh, it is live. It ain't going nowhere.
It ain't going nowhere. It's live. We live. It ain't going nowhere. but on the note of 2A, like
backyard barbecue bonfire. I need one. Where is it?
I know, right? But yeah, on the note of 2A, I'll let you take that because I know you're real adamant about it.
On the note of 2A,
well,
Mr. President pissed me off with the whole bump stock ban. That whole conundrum there. His stance that he took on that, and the stance that the NRA took on that.
A lot of people disagree with that.
So how do you
feel about it? That's the question.
I guess I'll capsulize it and make it a little bit more sense. So do you feel that, because you already know how the decision was with the NRA as well as Donald Trump's decision when it was concerning the bump stock, they pretty much deemed it well, it's banned now. Basically,
yeah. They basically told the government people, go check it out again.
Do you consider that a 2A issue? Since it was like bump stop being, the device that you can use, to be able to increase the fire on with your firearm, do you feel like since it's not the actual firearm, but it's a device used with the firearm, do you feel that it's a 2A issue, or do you separate it?
Right now, I keep it together.
It's your personal opinion.
But maybe like if I dig more into it, maybe I'll separate it.
Yeah, and that's
where a whole lot of people stand at. Now, me personally, my stance is it's personal property.
Yeah,
leave it the piss alone.
Yeah,
that ain't your jurisdiction to go in there and tell people they can't have a piece of plastic.
Yeah, so yeah,
because it opens up the problem that it comes in. It opens up other doors. If we can take this piece of plastic, now we can take this trigger away. And we take this trigger away. Then we can take this operating system. So this trigger, when it's out, it resets. So that allows something stupid like that I'm over with. And now you can't have a trigger on your gun because they can just take the components out.
Yeah. So because we always look at the objective that any device serves. So if the objective is to increase the firing rate, if I can do that with my belt hook, if I can do that with a stick, what's to stop you from taking my belt? What's to stop you from taking, any other device that I can use? Because if I can do the same thing with this device I can do with any other device, like if you haven't taken that device yet, that tells me that you're going to come for that next. So it leaves the question open that it becomes something deeper than, I guess, 2A when you think of that, because it's like, is it necessarily a 2A issue? No, I wouldn't say so. I would say it's more of, like you said, a personal property issue,
which is just as important.
It's just as important, right? So, and they all go together, really, because if we're talking about 2A, we're talking about firearms, obviously, but that's still my personal property. So they can go hand in hand. So that's just kind of where we are on it. I just wanted to see, how you felt about it, because obviously, like a lot of people, that was one of the things that we said with Trump that we disagree with on, because a lot of people will say, like, well, Trump's doing this and he's doing that, and it's okay, we'll let him slide on this, but it's like, how many times can you let him slide? My thing is, I don't bash him because the media is already doing a good job of that, so I try to find everything more so good that he does versus the bad that he does, and then the media bashes him on stuff that's not even true. It makes it bad, so I'm like, I try not to bash him.
That was just so big, and that's really a part that's close to where I love.
And even then, I'm not gonna bash him, man. I'm gonna tell you, I strongly disagree with your position on that. And he never
don't change that. I'm not voting you next.
Exactly.
That's my best.
And then too, he never called himself a constitutionalist or anything else. Like he was
he never
behind the Constitution, but
still,
but he's not crapping all over it. So I still got to give him big ups for that. But still, it's like you treading.
Like I said last week, if somebody come in and their stance is way, if they solid on 2A, I'm gonna have to go that way.
I don't think you're fine.
I don't either, but just in case, I got my mind open. If somebody comes in and they are solid on the Second Amendment, I will vote for them because as long as I got my gun, you can't do too much too.
So, Diamond, with on that note, who are you definitely going to vote for Donald Trump come 2020, or do you see somebody else that may have a better chance? Have a better chance, or and then
I told you.
and then who do you feel is going to be?
Did you guys just really ask me?
And then who you feel is going to be? What's that?
Did you guys really just ask me that? Who do you guys want me to vote for? Kamala Harris?
What? No. I wasn't. It was going to be a loaded question. See, I was going to ask you, are you going to vote for Trump? And then who do you think he's going to be? Who do you think is going to be his opponent?
Okay, so most definitely Trump 2020. I have I wish I could show you guys. I'm gonna see you guys a picture of my Trump 2020 pen. Anyways, so me, everybody is saying like Joe Biden and Bernie Sanders, but from like day one, I always been saying Kamala Harris.
Yeah.
I just didn't think Kamala Harris, and then when I went once he debate her and stuff, I know that the media will try to be like, oh, he offended a black lady, this and that. Like they're gonna try to like destroy him. So I feel as if they will pick her just for that, and they will. And plus, like the Democrat Party, they always marching around screaming that they hate old white men, but they have like Joe Biden and Bernie Sanders as like their top two people, and I'm just like I'm confused. But at the end of the day, I think that is going to be Camilla, like how they did Bernie and Hillary Clinton. They chose her over him. So I feel like at the end of the day, it's going to be her.
Yeah, I agree with you because it always seems as if the Democrats run off of a gimmick. Mm-hmm. And 2008, obviously, it was a black man. And then 2016, they were trying to run it off. It's a woman. So now you have a black woman and black woman and Kamala Harris. So obviously, I think I see your point on that note, them running off of that gimmick, because that's a real strong one to go off of. But during that debate that they had, they were saying like, that Kamala Harris just destroyed and wiped the floor with everyone. So, but then the numbers still kind of showed. After that, it was still seeming like Joe Biden's numbers were higher than Kamala Harris. So I was like, maybe that had something to do with just the fact that donors and money or something. I don't know. But the way they were talking, it was like Kamala Harris just wiped the floor with everybody. But his numbers were still higher than hers. So I don't know how that's going to play out with him having so many roots into the Democratic Party and him being in the game for so long. I don't know if that's going to play a big factor and role in like him maybe possibly winning, but then you have the strong gimmick with Kamala Harris with her being a black woman. So I don't know. It's kind of up in the air in my mind, but you said definitely Kamala Harris, huh?
Bro.
Yeah, also another thing is that the Democrat Party is not the old Democrat Party. Like it's been taken over with like radicals and socialists. So honestly, I'm still sticking with Kamala, but I feel like after that they'll take over and embrace like far left policies after that. That's what I see it going as, because I see a lot of young people. They're like, oh, all this student debt, oh, my family, we're broke, we need somebody to take care of us. They believe that the government is there to take care of us when the government was never there to take care of us. That's not what the government was for. That's not what our founding fathers came to America for. They came to America so that the government wouldn't take care of us. So yeah, I don't know.
Who told you that? Who told you that? The government ain't there to take care of me. That's what they supposed to do.
Food stamps, Section 8, they bought me a house, sure did. The government, That's why I ain't married anyway, because if I was married, I wouldn't even be able to get the help. Me and my 10 kids.
That fool told my wife to leave me so she can get some assistance.
Yes, that is another thing that I really like dislike. The welfare system is something that I feel like discourages not even just the black community, but America as a whole. They make it as
but it killed the black community.
if you want to do better for yourself, then I'm gonna take away this. When in all
Yep.
actuality, we if you're gonna help us, just let us keep that until we can actually fully get on our feet and do that. But instead, as soon as we get like a little bit ahead or making a little bit of change, then they're like, oh, you don't need that no more. You don't
Breaking up.
need
You breaking
tax
up.
assistance. You don't need food stamps anymore. I'm breaking up.
Yeah, a little bit.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
You good. I think you're good now.
I don't know why I'm breaking up so much. I'm still in.
You good now. I
I don't know.
think you're okay now. But I think I heard your point. But to your point, what you were saying, I agree. Like, because even the whole purpose of the assistance of the government was just to get you on your feet. It was never meant to be something that was
You gonna
supposed
live off
to,
of forever.
yeah, that was supposed to carry you on to from cradle to grave.
Or was it?
That was, yeah, or was it, right?
Dun, dun, dun.
Dun, dun. That's how they got their foot in the door. Yeah, but just the outlet, because many people,
on government.
yeah, many people have used it just to quick spread to get on your feet. But now many people see it as, this is how I'm going to live. I mean, there are people bragging about it online. People as young as in their 30s and 20s that are just bragging about being on government assistance and getting on social media and just putting that out there, like we used to do in school, being like, yeah, shoot, I got free lunch, shoot, y'all got to pay for y'all lunch. There are people now getting on social media like, y'all people out there, y'all got to work. I ain't gotta work. I'm out here on my government assistance. I'm beating the system. Yeah, y'all go to work. Yeah, y'all pay me. Y'all pay me because y'all taxpayers.
But when the system collapsed, you ain't got nothing
Exactly.
at all. You have nothing.
That's
Yeah, because you have
also
created
another
nothing for
thing
yourself.
about that's also another thing about our community is that we scream about the white man and how the system is for the white man and the white man made it for racism to keep us down. But then we go out there and we get on welfare, and I'm just like, you just said that the white man just did the government. So why are we depending on the white man and you don't like the white man, you don't want to depend on him, but you're encouraging
Exactly.
and you're boosting about being on welfare, and welfare really like was very detrimental to our community because it encouraged the women to sit there and have kids out of wedlock and then not have a husband. And that's another thing. We sit out there and they march with white liberal women, and the white liberal women, oh, we hate men, oh this, oh, we don't need our babies, oh this and that, but then they go home and they do whatever their husband tell them to do. While we have to go home and work 3 to 4 jobs to take care of our kids, and we're screaming we hate our baby father, but they're not doing that. They just out in the streets doing that because behind closed doors they have a husband, they have kids. They're doing this. Like, you hate the white people, but then you follow right behind them, and I don't get it. I don't know. It's like really confusing to me.
It's the same thing we say when people using the guns. Like, people say, oh, yeah, it's bad, and Trump is just he racist, and the only people that should have guns really is the army and the police or whatever. And like, you complain about police brutality,
tell me they killing all us, but then you want the police to be the only people with the guns. How stupid are you?
it don't make sense. Or Trump and the government, all them, they're just so racist. But at the end of the day, oh yeah, the only people that have guns is the military.
I got another.
He the commander in chief. If he wanted to kill you, if you give him all the guns, he gonna kill you.
I got another stupid thing.
Right? That's another thing that just tripped me out. I don't know.
That stupid no snitching thing.
Oh yeah, that's another.
We live close to a town called
Henderson, North Carolina.
Now, the thing about this place is, there's a lot of crime going on. A lot of little black folks, little black boys killing each other.
Yeah.
So you had one little boy get shot. The cop go check on him. He gets shot. Then like a week later, another boy ended up getting shot because they were shooting at somebody else, shooting in a little neighborhood, shot the neighborhood up. Then he hit the guy that was gunning for, hit some other kid, and then he did. Thing is, both the boys had babies on the way. Now, that's another generation of kids that ain't got no daddy. But you killing each other, and then when the cops ask who did it, don't nobody know.
Everybody know who did it.
Right.
Everybody knows who did it, but ain't nobody gonna say nothing.
And then you yell at us and call us all out our name because we're not doing the same thing as you, because we're saying, yes, we need family, we need God, we need this, we need entrepreneurship, we need our people to be out here surviving so that we can have more black babies on earth. But you're mad at us telling us that we hate each other, but you're encouraging for them to go shoot and kill
There you
our
go.
own people, and then you're not gonna tell so you can stop it. I
Because
don't
the thing
know.
they do, this is what they do. They'll kill them, and then they're like, well, we got to bring the police in. You don't need to bring the police in. What you need is keep your fathers there and make sure they got guns. So when the little niggas come through shooting at people, some bullets will be flying back at them. Once they realize it ain't just a free, they gonna fish in a barrel type game, they'll leave and go somewhere else. Or either they'll be dead and you ain't gotta worry about them no more.
Mm-hmm. And it's to the point, like in situations like that, like the scenario you just talked about. Once they increase the government, once they increase like the government presence,
Yeah, ain't nobody
ain't nobody free no more. Because they brought in
the marshals.
marshals. Yeah, once you increase government presence,
That's it. Like you shout.
like ain't no hope for your town. They're gonna have you on lockdown. They're gonna have your whole town on lockdown.
She looking like she in trouble.
You good, Diamond? You in trouble?
Um, like I told y'all before, I'm in the little lobby, so a lot of people came in, so I just put it on mute, and I was just waiting for them to leave.
Oh, you look like you was fearing for your life.
No, that it's just that. Yeah, just keep going.
Yeah, it's understandable. It's understandable.
Oh, put that joke on the screen and tell them not them to do something. Be them. Oh, nothing at all. Nothing at all.
All right, what's next?
Nothing at all. What was next on the list? We had some more stuff.
No, we
We didn't have nothing else.
didn't have that song.
Oh boy, I think we done went through everything.
Yeah, I think that's it. You didn't have nothing else on the list. I think we pretty much.
I think we done covered all the topics. Now, this is the time when you get to bring some stuff up if you want to. Now, you done got warmed up and stuff. I mean, I know you got some.
No, I don't really have anything. I mean, did we talk about abortions?
Oh,
we did not.
We
did not
mentioned
touch on
it, but
we didn't hit on
you
abortion.
can run with that.
Now, so what do you feel about abortion? I know really when we look at abortion, I think the biggest topic of conversation has become whether it's murder or if it's not. What is a life and what isn't a life? When does life start? When does it? All those little things centered around life. So how do you feel?
Well, for me, life starts as soon as conception. It's a life. God said that he knew you before you was, in your mama womb. So it's a life immediately. So I just disagree. My topics have, I mean, not my topics, but my views on abortion have changed. I used to be like, okay, into 3 weeks, okay, into this, because I have friends that have had abortions and stuff like that. So my views changed, but
Yeah.
learning more about it and watching Unplanned and stuff like that, I'm pro life all the way, and see a lot of people get mad about the Alabama situation, but I understand and I saw it coming because I pay attention. Once New York did that law about you can literally get an abortion all the way up until birth and right afterwards, I knew that like the rest of the states would go the opposite way. So like we got a lot of like backlash from that. So, but to me, to me personally, I just want you to have more babies because this is literally our future. They talk about like overpopulating the earth. That doesn't make any sense. Like really, just come on. Like it just doesn't make any sense to me. And I just think that they always scream white supremacy. We need to break down the system and stuff like that. You guys have to realize that we literally 13% of the population. We're number one in abortions, and we really high in killing each other. How do we want to break down these systems and encourage these people to know more about Black people if we're killing off our people? We're killing off our future
Yeah, that's
generations that can literally grow up with the next generation of white people, the next generation of Hispanics, and they can actually mingle and get along. That way we can erase this. To me, it just seems like you just want to complain. You don't want to fix it.
interesting. And I agree with the fact when you say, you said that God says that, he knew you before, I don't know if that's Jeremiah chapter 1, I believe. If you say someone who doesn't even believe that not even to say that you were born in your mother's womb, like just based off, people who didn't believe that. Would you say to them? Would you just say the same thing, like, I said what I said, and that's what it is, or would you approach it a different way when you're speaking to someone who doesn't like even believe in that there is a God? Oh, I think we might have lost you there. Did you mute yourself, Diamond?
She did. Look at the thing.
Oh.
You muted. You muted. You.
You muted both.
That whole time, I didn't even know that I pressed the mute button. OMG! This interview, we have to do another interview. It's gonna be better. But anyways,
your mouth was just moving. You was like,
no.
She was
But
getting
anyway,
into it, boy.
you were putting over there.
If it had been
but
speaking there, where would have been gone? I mean, that would have ball there.
no, but see, when I'm talking to people that don't believe in God or anything, I talk to them medical wise. And then when I talk to a person that believe in the Bible, I talk to them both medical wise and in the Bible, because they usually believe the Bible more. Oh, the Bible did say that. Like when I was debating in class this lady, she's a real strong Christian, and when we was talking about the wall, and I was like, well, God told so and so to build a wall and stuff, and y'all ain't have no
You
problem
breaking
with
up.
that. And she was like, okay. I started doing research, all this and all that. So I just try to use both.
Hold on, Diamond. I think I think once we start talking about God, I don't know if they don't want you to, like, I don't know if it's like the social media world or something doesn't want you to get this point out, because you like breaking up now. Once you started talking again, you start breaking up. You were good after you unmuted yourself, and then once you start talking again, then you start like, so we couldn't really hear what you were saying right there. But
Sound like Big Casual.
yeah, exactly. All right, hold on.
I'm dead. Okay, well,
All right, Let's try. Let's try one more time.
We'll get that message out another way. But I'm gonna give some more plugs and stuff like that. So I'm just gonna give like shout outs on who's running for Congress or whatnot. That's a black conservative or just a conservative that I know. Or anyways, but
Run
so
it.
there's Major for mayor. He's running in Pasadena in California. There's Tamika. She's running in District 3. I'm hoping that I'm getting these right, in California. There's Maj for Philly. He's running for city council. He owns Black Guns Matter. Also there, huh? Also there
Oh, we
is
just said we didn't
you didn't hear Maj for Philly?
yeah, we didn't know he was running for anything.
Yeah, he's running for city council. So just keep a lookout for him. Help spread his message and stuff like that. And then there's Anton Tucker, www.tucker.vote on Instagram. He's known as Montaga. Tony X on Twitter. You guys can look him up and check him out. He's running against AOC. So, we're gonna help him get up in office. I'm gonna support him. So I think those are all the people that I know of right now that I know are running. Let me see. Oh, also there is one dude. He's a black conservative. I forgot his name. He spoke at the free speech rally in DC. You guys look him up. He's running against Maxine Waters. He's a black conservative. You guys look him up. I really hate that I forgot his name, but I'm trying to like plug in all our people, because we need new people and we need more people of color running for office on the Republican side, because right now we have Tim Scott in the Senate seat. Also, you guys look up his Tim Scott program. He helps Black conservatives run for office as Republicans. So you guys look that up or spread that message to whoever wants to run that's a Black conservative and stuff like that. So yeah.
Awesome,
Somebody
awesome.
said, don't forget the Jamaican American conservative girl who was running against AOC.
All right, so we got a lot of people running against the AOC there. But we're gonna go ahead. Look like we got some technical difficulties going on. I think we starting to break up too, so we can go ahead and chop chop.
And top.
Yeah. We appreciate you coming on the show, Diamond.
Thank you.
It's been real. Yeah, you were great. You were great. Like everything you presented today. If you all didn't hear something that you didn't know before, make sure you comment. Let Diamond know that you appreciate it. I think a lot of people like you that didn't know you. So that's pretty dope. So continue to follow Diamond and make sure you check on those people that she said was running for these different positions. We want to, help everybody out that we can to beat our opponents here with the opposition of mindset. Although we are welcoming of different mindsets and different viewpoints, some of them are more detrimental to America than we would like. So we want to get them out of office. So help those people that she mentioned. All right, she's plugged enough.
If you like the things that we do, help us out financially. It's so hard to do. But yeah, we got shirts, we got hats, we got Teespring store. Go check out our merchandise. We got these hats. I love them. We got these shirts. Liberty Amendment shirts.
Yep.
We got Liberty 76 shirts. We coming out with a new abortion shirt. We got about 12 different designs.
Yeah.
You guys need to
got Trump baby shirt.
Help your boys out. Help your girl out too.
Yeah, help your girl out.
No, I'm talking about you guys. You guys are starting your own website online with shirts and stuff. You guys need to DM me after this and help me because I want to start doing interviews and stuff like that. So help me get on the map.
Oh yeah, we'll get it in DMs for sure. We'll definitely keep in touch on that. We gotta help out any way we can to get the word out. We gotta help each other. Everybody should be doing this on a regular basis. So yeah. Once again, we appreciate you coming on the show. We'll go ahead and sign out, and then we're gonna just wrap up with you afterwards. Okay.
Okay.
So with that being said,
continue to fight for the Constitution, people,
with these, so that hopefully
and prayerfully
we never have to use these.
Peace. Deuces.
You gotta get on. Yeah, I gotta go back to my screen. That is. It takes a while.